it seems like it's only a matter of time until Ancelotti is going to leave Real Madrid after a really successful period in his second term with Madrid. But it seems like it's time for somebody else to take the helm, and that looks like the first option is Alonso. So there's talk from Fabrizio Romano and The Athletic that things are finally moving for Alonso to come in next season. So there's a few things that still need to be ironed out in something like this. Also not forgetting that Ancelotti has done amazing work for Madrid, but at the same time, it just feels like it's time for a change, you know? And this is a natural process, you know, in life. There's always like transitions, right? So I feel like with Madrid, we are now in that transition. We have a good crop of young players, you know, that just need a different voice in the dressing room and who need a up and coming manager, you know, with different ideas, different creativity, who wants to innovate, who wants to make a name for himself. And I think that's exactly what Real Madrid need, you know. There's many examples I can give you. So for example, let's say Liverpool, you know, when Klopp came in, he molded Liverpool to his vision, and we got that amazing Liverpool team that was competing against Man City. Man City is also another example. They got Pep Guardiola after years and years and years of planning to get Pep. They got him, they molded the team around Pep, and then now look what Man City have done over the last decade. And then you have Arteta, you know, still fresh on our minds, who came to Arsenal and who is now leading Arsenal to a semi-finals and potentially final, and also winning the final as well. So this is the type of manager, in my eyes, that I see that Madrid actually would benefit massively from, because Ancelotti is he's not necessarily renowned, or he's not considered a tactician, you know, even though there's been times when he has been quite tactical, you know. Case in point, last season with Jude Bellingham coming in for the first time, and he was playing as a striker slash forward slash false nine, whatever. He was playing up front, you know, something that nobody expected, but then he went and scored 20 plus goals, right? So Ancelotti does have the know-how, he has experience, and he knows how to get the best out of players, you know, and he has done that in his reign at Madrid, and it was a lot easier, you know, to manage when you had, for example, Benzema, when you had Kroos, when you had Casemiro, when you had Modric, when you had Carvajal, who was fit, right? So you had like these experienced players who had done it all, who were seasoned, who were serial winners, and it's very easy to now just send them out there and then for them to kind of come up with a game plan and to find what they need to do to win the game. It's completely different with this team right now, because over the last maybe, say 5-10 years, Madrid have been scouring the globe, getting some of the most talented youngsters there are in the world. You know, Vini, Rodrigo, just recently, right? Militao, and now the newer generation. You have Camavinga, you have Guler, you have Endrick, you know. So it's actually a very young team, and the way Madrid do their business, like I think is one of the best in comparison to like other clubs. They spend wisely after having a few setbacks back in the days, but they spend wisely, and they make improvements over a long run. So I think now, with the crop of players they've built, now what they need is a manager with that vision in terms of, okay, how can we mold these players to my liking? How can we mold these crop of players to be the best team in the world? And there's no reason why Madrid cannot dominate for the next 5-10 years. They really should be heading towards that, because you don't get Mbappe, you don't get Vini, you don't get Endrick, you don't have Valverde, you don't have Bellingham, you don't have all these players, and not expect to build a team that's going to dominate and going to be remembered for a long time. So I feel like with Ancelotti, we've gone to a stage where that is not materializing. So now what we need to do is to now find our new Guardiola, our Klopp, our Arteta, our up and coming manager who wants to really take this team and get them clicking, get them working, build systems that are going to help us to dominate Europe. So what's really going to be important, it seems, is going to be the Copa del Rey final. So it seems like there's a meeting after the Copa del Rey final where Ancelotti and Madrid are going to sit down and they're going to have their talks, think about, next season. So in these talks, I think from what I'm hearing, it seems like, okay, Ancelotti most likely will leave, and then Alonso most likely will come in, So now it's about when this is going to happen, right? So for example, Brazil want Ancelotti. They came from 2 seasons ago, and luckily at that time he stayed. That was my opinion. I was okay, no, like that time Ancelotti needs to stay. This time, he needs to go. So it's a good opportunity for Ancelotti, a new project, a new challenge. And Brazil, they want somebody for the next international break. So their next game, I think, is scheduled on the 2nd of June. Just a couple of weeks after we finish the La Liga season. So they want to coach then and there. And then Madrid, I think for them, they will be happy with also having a coach ready for the Club World Cup, which is going to be starting on the 15th of June. But Madrid play their first game on the 18th of June. So I think it's actually a win-win situation for all parties included. Ancelotti can now go for a new challenge at Brazil, and Alonso can come in and now start to mold this team, kind of using the Club World Cup, like as I don't know, like a preseason, obviously, always wanted to win it, but it's really a serious competition at this moment. Not at this moment, so you can use it preseason, and then we have our preseason continued afterwards, and then now next season, boom, he's had like some time to work and gel with some of the players, or actually just see like in person, right, how things are going right now with this crop of players, and then now prepare us for next season. So I think it is going to take time with Alonso. It might be like a 2-year project to get this team like really clicking, and I think he should be allocated time, and I'm assuming it's going to be Alonso because he has been pretty much on the waiting list for the last year or so for this Madrid job, because you had Liverpool coming in for Alonso, Bayern Munich coming in for Alonso, and he said no, and he stayed at Leverkusen. And talks are that he did this because he has one thing on his mind, and that is Real Madrid. He wants to be the manager at Real Madrid, right? And I haven't seen any Leverkusen game, Bayern Leverkusen game. I've just heard some, what people say about Alonso. I've seen some highlights, and how he did that amazing achievement last year, dethroning Bayern Munich and then going unbeaten. So man, we just need a top manager, with something to prove. So this is gonna be it, this is gonna be the time for Madrid to dominate, man, because after a while, it's not just about buying the next player, right? Because Madrid every single year, every 2 years they get a big player, right? A free agent or a big signing, right? We already have like an amazing team. Yeah, we've had setbacks with defense and everything, but we've had we have an amazing team. So for Madrid to have a poor season like they did this season, it's unacceptable. It's unacceptable. Every single manager dreams of having a squad like Madrid have at this moment. Like, what manager doesn't want the headache of having Vini, Mbappe, Rodrigo, Bellingham, Valverde, Camavinga, Tchouaméni, okay, maybe not Tchouaméni, but Militao, like all these players, right? Like, this is literally what you want as a manager, to be able to fix these puzzles, right? So we need like we need a tactician, somebody to come in, So I think this is what Alonso is going to be able to bring to Madrid if it does end up being him. And there's been talks like there's Alonso, Klopp, Iraola, Zidane. I also read an article as well on Transfer Market that they were saying this. Zidane. We've had an amazing stint with Zidane, but Zidane and Ancelotti, in a way, can be described as kind of like the same kind of manager. They know how to handle Madrid players, the Madrid ethos, the whole Madrid players and like the egos and everything. They know how to deal with that. I don't think that's the kind of manager that we need at this moment. We need a tactician. We need somebody who can really find the best way to mold these players together and then to build from that, right? That's what I want to see in the coming few years. Because otherwise, if we don't have that, then what's the point in getting all these like young talented players and getting some of the best players in the world? What's the point in getting Endrick and Guler if they never play? If you have a manager who doesn't play, if we're playing the same system over and over again, or if we're doing the same things that are not working, if you're not able to get Mbappe and Vinny gelling, so I think we just need to find a way around that. But in fairness, like the whole Mbappe Vinny thing, like it's a tough thing to. It's a tough little challenge, but I think for example, at least like one more season, giving it with those front three, Mbappe, Vinny, and Rodrigo, giving it like another season, seeing if it works, and then from there probably it's gonna change because it's they're too much of a similar player, So I think that's also what's caused some issues this season as well. So I think man, it's a win-win situation for all parties included, And hey, who's to say? We'll be swapping an experienced seasoned coach like Ancelotti, serial winner, for an up-and-coming manager who has proven it in the Bundesliga, which is no joke because like in terms of like dethroning Bayern Munich, who won it for like 10 years in a row, man. absolutely crazy. 10 years in a row, something like that. So there's definitely potential there. So I think Madrid now, take that risk and get in like this top manager and see what it can do. We've seen it at Man City being successful. We've seen it at Liverpool being successful. Arsenal. We've seen Arteta transform Arsenal. So it's just time now to get that top manager. And then keep on getting those top players, young players, and also, I think the main thing is actually fixing our defense for next season because, a lot of people coming back, but we don't know if they're coming back 100%. Well, most likely they're not. So fixing that defense because that's a really key thing for how we play as a team, But these are all the problems that the new manager can get paid the big dollars to solve. All right, so let's see how it goes in the coming weeks. But I think me as a Madrid fan, I'm ready for like the next phase of this Madrid team. I want to see this team become the best team in the world. For us to be putting it like in comparison to Real Madrid from a few years ago with Ronaldo, Bale, Casemiro and the like. The Man City that we saw in the Premier League. I want to see Madrid dominating Champions League and La Liga. There's no reason why not. Okay, so we'll see how this all goes. But yeah, man, it's time for a change in Madrid. All right, so hopefully actually we win today because, for example, like we're still in La Liga, but at the same time, Madrid or Barcelona are on fire. So. I think Barcelona probably have the league. Copa del Rey, favorites, but anything can happen in the final. But like when I look at Barcelona, man, they play like a team. They have their faults as well, just like any team, but they play like a team, and they're playing like champions at this current moment. They beat Celta Vigo coming from behind, and today we're playing against Athletic, Athletic Club, So that's gonna be a tough game. They're the best defense in the world, in La Liga right now, and Madrid aren't really firing. We don't have Mbappe; he's not in the squad. So there's our goals gone. But yeah, hopefully maybe Vinny can step up and do something, you know. So yeah, we'll see how this game goes. So let's enjoy it, and let's see how the next few weeks go with the news of Ancelotti out and Alonso in. All right, guys. I will see you guys on the next review.